A Battle of Britain and an easy home tie in Glasgow. Has anyone got deja vu? Welcome back to Fog Football. It's the European preview show. It's basically last week, isn't it, my friend? But we've Celtic, Aston Villa, Rangers, Union St Galossi, and the culmination of the Champions League and the mighty Europa League.
Well, just like last week was wrongly labelled the Battle of Britain, I don't recall Aston Villa winning the league title last season, so technically this is just that England versus Scotland match, isn't it?
We could call it a Battle of Britain, we can call it whatever you want, alright? But the reality is, Celtic didn't get Man City, and you know what? People call it a Battle of Britain regardless of league titles from the other team, do they not? I know it's correctamundo to call it when it's two title, defenders going against each other, but I'll call it what it is. Alright, and that's what it is. So Liverpool sit at the top of the Champions League, Barca sit second, the only two teams guaranteed top 8 football.
It's almost like someone invented that as a dig just to remind someone that they're not the champions.
Could be.
Could be.
I wonder who did that. No, Arsenal sit in third. Inter. Well, they don't sit also in third, but they do sit on 16 points, and they are the highest teams that are not automatically qualified through. So Atletico, AC Milan, Atalanta, and Leverkusen make up your top 8. Aston Villa sit on 13 points in 9th. Celtic sit in 18th. So a point between Celtic and Aston Villa. I mean, so many teams separated by barely any points. Leverkusen sit in 8th. Celtic sit in 18th. A point between them. Just a crazy gap there. Celtic, I don't think a draw is going to do it. I think they will need to win at Villa Park to guarantee top 8. But saying that, a draw might be enough to guarantee Celtic in the 9th to 16th category. And that's what you want. You want to be seeded. You don't want to be unseeded. But at the same time, you look at the unseeded teams in here. You've got the likes of Juventus, PSG, who you wouldn't want to play. Man City can only finish in the unseeded. So Celtic might get another battle. And this would be a battle.
Is that really what they're calling it? Unseeded and not non-seeded?
Unseeded and seeded. That's what they're calling it.
Really?
Aye.
Fuck, non-seeded would have been a better term for it, but who cares?
Yeah, so Man City at best get unseeded. You want to avoid them at all costs.
I mean, true, but the way they're playing right now in the Champions League, I wouldn't rule out Celtic beating them.
No, I wouldn't. But I mean, you would much rather take on the likes of Club Bruges. I mean, actually, you know what? You look at this unseeded. You get Juventus. Who do you think Celtic?
There's a lot of good teams that have underperformed. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, yeah, I get it. You want to finish 9th to what 16th, but it's just you're still going to end up with a hard. It's going to be luck. You could finish as an unseeded team and get an easy seeded team, or you could finish as a seeded team and get a hard unseeded team. It's just the way it is. I mean, it's unpredictability.
Basically, Celtic are going to get one of these teams, right? City, Stuttgart, Sporting Lisbon, PSG, Benfica, Bruges, PSV, Juventus, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Dortmund, Brest, Lille, Feyenoord, Monaco, Villa, Leverkusen, Atlanta. I don't think the top 6 are going to fall out of that. So, what do you make of that? Who would you want if you were a Celtic fan?
Name them again.
Oh my God, just named about 20 teams, mate. Atlanta, Leverkusen, Villa again, Monaco, Feyenoord, Lille, Brest, Dortmund, Monaco, Madrid, Juventus, PSV, Bruges, Benfica, PSG, Sporting Lisbon, Stuttgart and City.
I heard Monaco twice in there. I'd probably say...
Oh, I did say it twice.
I'd say Brest, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I would say Brest. I mean, honestly, you look at Feyenoord. See, as long as you could avoid, obviously Dortmund, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, etc., you're right. I think this is the perfect time to play Man City. Don't get it twisted. But I think the likes of Monaco, Feyenoord, Lille, Brest, PSV, Club Bruges. You know what? We're not really going to know until Wednesday night who's unseeded and who's seeded at the end of the day. But Celtic don't really care because they're guaranteed top 24 regardless. So let's move in to the fixtures. Every game kicking off at the same time. Obviously, we've already had this experiment with the Conference League. PSV take on Liverpool. Liverpool, 7 games, 7 wins. Can't really go against Liverpool here. Malik Tillman and co can try their best. Hell, they need to win, but I'm going to go Liverpool. I'm going to go 3-1 Liverpool away in Eindhoven.
And Eindhoven, well, that helps me. 3-1 Liverpool, I'll agree with you.
I mean, that helps you. I'm trying to bloody put a wee bit, a couple of extra layers in here. Look, I mean, I tell you what, I'd need to disclose the location because you wouldn't fucking get it, would you?
No, well, exactly, that's the point. I'm glad you said Eindhoven.
Why?
Otherwise, I would not have had a clue who they're playing.
I said PSV.
I didn't hear that part.
Oh, well, I think you need to open your ears. Sunshine, Manchester City against Club Brugge. Winner takes all. Club Brugge only need a draw. Only need a draw realistically here. Man City need to win no matter what. A draw is not good enough for them. They're at home. Who'd they just recently beat there? Who'd they beat? They beat Chelsea 3-1. Absolutely awful performance, by the way, for Roberto Sanchez for Chelsea. But I'm going to go with 2-1 Man City. I think they'll just have enough. But crucially for Club Brugge, they don't need to win, so they can literally park the bus.
And they've been pretty good at parking the bus in this competition. I'm not convinced Man City will break them down. Club Brugge know that a draw secures them a spot, and I mean, a draw could eliminate Man City. So I think a draw will eliminate Man City.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people hyped up this competition, the format sucks, no big team's going to go out. Well, I mean, we're on the verge yet. I mean, Leipzig are on it.
You know what? I was one of the people that said that, but is that due to the format, or is that just due to a lot of the big teams conveniently not playing well for this period of time?
I know what you mean, but I honestly feel like if City, if it was a normal group of 4 and going into the last game, I still think, honestly, I think City would be in a better position. It's hard to judge because obviously they'd be playing, 3 teams twice, but I think they would be in a better position. I think they've actually had quite a tough draw, and that showed. I mean, who have they had? I mean, I remember they were 3-0 up against Feyenoord and they drew 3 each for them. I mean, fucking work out on it. And obviously they've just lost 4-2 to PSG. They're not having the best of form, Man City, but we'll move on. Well, I'm going 2-1 City. What are you going?
2-0, man. 1-1.
Right, up next, it's a battle of Britain, but we'll just call it England against Scotland. It's Birmingham against Glasgow. It is Aston Villa against Celtic. Coefficient points are on the line. Celtic are already through. Villa are already through, but they want to finish as high up as possible. Potentially top 8. Obviously, one draw between Rangers and Spurs, and United beat Rangers last week. Can Celtic add a W in that column for Scotland, or is it going to be a big juicy L?
I don't know, what do you think?
I'm going to go 2 each. Celtic have got a lot of issues up front in terms of registry and injuries, but Aston Villa not in the best form. I watched them there against West Ham, drew 1 each. West Ham should have really won it in the end, just a wee bit offside in the 96th minute. They kind of went off the boil. They got a good 2 each draw at the Emirates, to be fair. Came back for 2-0 down. If Villa turn up, they'll win, but I don't think they will. I mean, John McGinn will be up for it, but Celtic will want to win this game / draw just to finish as high up as possible. So I'm going to go with a draw, 2 each.
I mean, they will, but let's be honest, they sneaked past Young Boys, didn't they? 1-0, fluky, Adam Adair goal.
Well, he's going to start. Kyogo's away.
He is going to
start. It's crazy
start.
to think Kyogo is away. Doesn't seem legit.
I'm going 3-1 Aston Villa. I think they'll have too much for Celtic on the night.
Yeah, I've went with 2 each, but like we've said previously, Aston Villa are just so much better than Man United and Tottenham. Out of the 3, British games that we've seen this year between England and Scotland, I expect this one. If Villa turn up, it will be the biggest gap in quality. That's just the reality.
Well, I mean, last year Villa did finish the highest at the 3, and this year they're the highest at the 3 again. So people would probably say Villa's the weakest at the 3 just because they look at the team and go, oh no, they're not as good. They're not one of the top 6. But I mean, open your eyes. I mean, Villa are easily the best out of those 3 teams.
Yeah, and obviously
they've proved it now for 18 months.
No, of course they have.
And I'd say Spurs are the second best. They might be currently behind United in the league table, but I just think if Spurs show up, they've got the ability to smash somebody. Well, United they don't smash, they just get smashed, don't they? So I thought Rangers should have done better against them. Rangers did pretty well against Spurs, but we'll see how Celtic do against Aston Villa. But it makes sense. Aston Villa, out of those teams, Aston Villa's the one in the Champions League, and deservedly so, because they're better than United and Spurs. And they finished 4th last year, so...
It's no shit feat to finish top 4 in England, that's for sure. Arsenal travel away to Spain. Girona, obviously, Bojan Bielski's his side not exactly doing too well. I mean, good for them last season. Almost won. Well, I say almost won the league. They were up there for a large period of the season, but they've kind of crumbled this season. And I think Arsenal will win. Going to go 2-0.
Yeah, Girona struggled this year. Bojan Milovski not exactly firing them into the next round of the Champions League. I think Arsenal should beat them. I'm going to go Arsenal 2, Girona 1.
Yeah, I mean, what I would say about Arsenal is Liverpool looks like they've won the league, right? Because every time Liverpool slip up, Arsenal slip up. Considering, the Premier League, it's the greatest league in the world, the finances. Should Arsenal not be seriously looking to win the Champions League? Like, what is the excuses now?
No, they have to.
I mean, it's the best Arsenal team in 20 years.
Yeah, it's an Arsenal team that has been challenging for the league title the last few years. I mean, if you had to rank where Arsenal are in Europe, they must be top 5, if not on the verge of it. Many teams in Europe are better than Arsenal. If we give Arsenal the benefit of the doubt and say currently they're the second best team in England, I don't think there's another 4 better teams out there in Europe. PSG aren't better. Maybe Bayern Munich. This cup, maybe Real Madrid. I don't think Real Madrid, Barca, and Atletico are that good at the moment.
Bayern get pumped 3-0 by Feyenoord.
Well, that's very true. I think Arsenal are definitely one of the top 5 teams at the moment.
Yeah, and if they signed a striker, who knows what they'd be able to do? But we still.
And that's what's holding Arsenal back, because at the end of the day, Gabriel Jesus, in my eyes, is a decent striker that would maybe be your second starter, but he's not. Listen. See, Pep, he would not have allowed Gabriel Jesus to leave to Arsenal if he thought Jesus was a difference maker. If he thought Jesus was the guy that was going to win you league titles. It just doesn't happen. Like when Sterling went to Chelsea, right? It's like see, when Liverpool were raging when Sterling left them to go to City because they thought like he was the difference maker. But see, when Sterling left City, like, they weren't even bored. I mean, they voluntarily sold him.
Yeah.
It's not like Liverpool where they were raging when he like demanded to leave. You just don't sell it. Is it like when Man City gave Arsenal Zinchenko? You don't sell great players directly to your rivals. Gabriel Jesus is a good player, but he's not someone that I think should be leading the line for a team that wants to win the Premier League or a team that wants to win the Champions League. And neither's Havertz. I mean, let's be honest. Havertz was considered a dud at Chelsea, so I don't know why all of a sudden Arteta thinks
Havertz, mate, not Havertz.
I don't know why Arteta thinks he's the man to lead Arsenal to glory. I mean, has he done an okay job at times up front? I think he has.
All right.
Basically, learned a new position. But come on, not for me. Arsenal need to improve in that area.
And it's glaringly obvious. Like, I just do not. And I mean, Arsenal have got the money to spend, but I don't know what's going on, right? And then that is it. So yeah, obviously, Battle of Britain gives you one last game. So we'll move into the Europa League. The best night of the week. Man United sit 4th. Tottenham sit 6th. I tell you what, I think Ange fucking needs to win whoever they're playing because lost at home to
He's on borrowed time. Ange is close to... When's this League Cup semi-final come around?
I don't know. It's coming up soon.
I think that's a must-win for him.
Rangers sit 13th, but they are 3 points behind FCSB. Crucially, FCSB play Manchester United. So I think the top 8 spot is up for grabs for Rangers. So we're just going to dive straight into it. Obviously, they are going to finish top 24. And that's where we're going to begin. Rangers against Union Saint SG. I mean, I did label the start of this intro. Union Saint Galosse. It's as easy as Celtic against Young Boys. It is a bit tougher because Union Saint Galosse are actually doing alright in this Europa League campaign. But I think Rangers should win relatively easy, despite the injuries. So I'm going to go 3-1 Rangers. Good at Ibrox, and I think they'll end on a high.
Did the Rangers not beat them under Michael Beale?
Aye. Yep.
Pretty comfortably. I think they lost the first tie and then won the second, 3-0.
Aye, 2-0 and 3-0.
So
2-1 then 3-0.
Rangers have been good in Europe. Even the United game, they were decent. No. I mean, I thought even in the defeat to Lyon, I know there was a lot made of that game, but...
you never want to lose 4-1, but It was. I thought it was as
It was
even.
a competitive. It was a
Yeah,
competitive
it was as
4-1.
competitive as like a 4-1 can get. I think.
I wouldn't quite say it was even. I think Leon were the better team and deserved to win. But I don't think Rangers embarrassed themselves. People say Leon could have scored more than 4. Rangers could have scored more
No,
than 1. So
I think in terms of chances it was even. But if you take your chances, then you're obviously more than even. And that's what Leon did. Better quality up front.
I think they had a few more chances than Rangers. But we can agree to disagree. It's not about them. It's about Rangers.
Either
Union.
way, Rangers get beat, right?
Aye, so
We move
Rangers, if they win, they can move on to 14 points. There's 4 teams on 14 points.
A few teams in the top 8 play each other, so.
And if you look at the goal difference, Rangers are on 5. And the teams that are in the 5th to 8th places, you've got Leon 8, Tottenham 5, Anderlecht 3, Basel 3, or Bucharest, 3. So Rangers have got a good chance, I think. If Rangers win, I'd say they've got like a 50% chance of finishing the top 8.
Yep.
Because even Tottenham, right? Tottenham's got the same goal difference as Rangers, but Rangers would need them to lose anyway to finish above them, so that would take their goal difference below Rangers. Leon, realistic. I mean, I expect Rangers will put a couple past Union St. Colossi, so I think Rangers, depending on what's Leon, Tottenham, Anderlecht, and Bucharest. That's the 4 games that Rangers need at least one of them to lose, and then obviously they'll need the teams that are above them in the table not to win as well. Here, it is going to be difficult, but I think Rangers have got a chance.
And I think, I mean, if you're going to look at a positive, right? If Rangers finish unseeded, but I think they will finish seeded, it's like you've got teams like Victoria Pleasant, Bodo Glimt, Olympiacos. I just fancy Rangers to beat them. But on the flip side of that, if you look at the unseeded right now, you've got, Roma, Real Sociedad, Fenerbahce, Porto. I would fear them a bit more than the teams that are actually currently in the seeded, but as we said in the Champions League, we won't really know until the end. But I'm going to Rangers win, you're going to Rangers win.
I'm going 3-1 Rangers.
Yeah, we're both going 3-1. Right, up next, Tottenham against Elfsborg. I mean, this should be comprehensive at home for Tottenham, but you know what? Big injuries. But what we also have got is the fact that Elfsborg need to win. They're currently, 18th, 19th. Not guaranteed anything, so they'll be going to the Tottenham Hotspur Arena looking for 3 points. So I'm going to go. Fuck it. I'm going to go 2-1 Elfsborg.
Really?
Aye. I think it's good. But then is it going to be the end of Ange? But Tottenham need to finish top 8 because they need the 2 less games, just due to the sheer amount of injuries.
True. I think for me, I think Tottenham will win. I think they'll beat Elfsborg.
No, I don't like though. Right? It's the amount. You know what? See, we both agree that Ange should be given time, right? Correct.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time as that, see the people saying, "Oh, but it worked out at Celtic. It worked out at Celtic." Make no mistake about it. See, if Ange was losing this many games at Celtic, he'd have been fucking sacked in August.
No, 100%.
So you've got to hold the 2 jobs at different levels, man. Celtic, the level to win is completely different to Tottenham. See Tottenham, right? People can, they're a top 6 club if you're fucking looking at things like 10, 15 years ago. Reality is, I think the aim at Tottenham's to win trophies, right? Because they've been starved for so long. And I think if you win the League Cup or if you win the Europa League, but that comes with a 16th place finish in the league, I think you've got to take that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not
like it's Celtic where, we'll take winning the League Cup if we finish 5th in the league. No, that doesn't work. But at Tottenham, if you finish in the bottom half but you win a cup, they'll accept that.
It's not good enough, but considering that they are looking like they're going to go into the next round of Europe and they are in the semi-finals of the League Cup, I think they should just accept it. And accept it here. Look, this season we're going to finish a lot lower down the league than we would want, but we have an opportunity to win a trophy or 2.
Yeah, because the Europa League's essentially the Champions League. Top finish in top 5, which it could be in England this year. So we'll see how it goes. And then our final game, Manchester United away to Stade Bucharest. Oh, it's FCSB, whatever. I am going to go for a 0-0 draw.
Bucharest are one of those teams Rangers need to lose in order to get into the top 8.
Yep, I'm going to go 0-0. United are undefeated. I mean, they scraped past Fulham, they scraped past Rangers, they're just very uninspiring, man.
I'll go 2-1 United.
He's going 2-1. I'm going 0-0. We'll be back with more Fallout very soon. Till then, though, peace.